Reactions will start us off.
Let's go to college football. This will get Danny-O going here. Arch Manning legacy game versus the Georgia Bulldogs. They take them down in Athens, Georgia.
I can't love this more. Arch has been playing at a really high clip. Last month, call it, and I think there's a legit chance that Texas, because the offensive line's been playing better, upsets Georgia. Legit chance, but I agree. Arch, could you imagine if he balls out? All the conversation?
All the conversation.
Receipts that get pulled?
Obviously well documented. He hasn't played well in the first half of the year. His last two games, he's had 670 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 1 interception. It's not out of the realm of possibilities that he can go and have a legacy type of game. I got the Georgia Bulldogs in this one.
Yeah.
Kirby Smart in November. That is the proven
can't
product.
rush the passer.
Yeah, I also think this, that Stark has changed. It was throw the ball downfield. Let's Arch always chunk throws earlier in the year. They didn't have the receivers to do it. Realize that now it's become a little bit more ball distribution, get the ball in their hands, yards after the catch, much better suited for the perimeter players of Texas.
So Arch doesn't stink. Will, your next take, what do you got?
Two best teams in the NFL are in the NFC West, and it is the Seattle Seahawks and the LA Rams.
It's like Groundhog's Day over here. I believe somebody said that in the beginning of the show. And I fully agree with everything Will Compton just said. These are the two teams in the NFC, and the only other one is the Lions. This team has a top 5 offense, both of them. Top 5 offense, top 10 defense. Matthew Stafford has thrown 4 touchdowns in the last 3 games and 0 interceptions. He's taking really good care of the ball. Sam Darnold. This is a game for Sam Darnold for me is if you can outduel Matthew Stafford, you're officially gone from, hey, guys he's resurrecting to his career to this is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. We all need to respect his name.
All right, we'll give us one more.
Let's go Chiefs. This was said in the opening, and by the way, great take here by Andrew Hawkins.
Wow.
The Chiefs must win or the division is over with for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow. Well, I agree since I said it in my opening statement. That was back-to-back, straight out of Compton.
Hey, if you scroll Taylor's timeline Sunday afternoon, he's like, Patriots, best team in the NFL.
Yeah, and I also didn't take it because on ESPN, you've been on the Patriots. So I've been like, you know what, I'm going to leave that one be for Compton. People learn their lessons.
They learn their lessons. There you go. This is a must-win for the Chiefs because not only that, they've dominated this division so long, and you could feel the shifting of the guard. This defense for the Broncos is top-notch, and if they lose this game, besides the implications that it has on the division in the AFC for the season, there could be an official changing of the guard, the Broncos in that division.
End of a dynasty.
Dano, the end of the dynasty is extreme, but if they they don't win the division, they could be doing wild card, have to go on this long road, or miss the playoffs altogether. Schefter noted in the pre-show meeting, if the playoffs were to start today, the Chiefs would not be in the playoffs.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Dano, first wax at this thing. We look at Broncos in Denver versus the Chiefs.
Bad matchup for Kansas City. Because the one thing that really has stood out for this offense this year is the plus plays, the above the X's and O's plays by Patrick Mahomes. They're back this year. No quarterback has created more big plays from holding onto the football, running around, maneuvering within the pocket, and throwing it downfield than Patrick Mahomes, okay? So that's the thing that is the standout. The challenge is that's the one thing you don't want to do against this defense. This defense leads the NFL in sacks. If you talk about Denver's defense, you better block 15. Patrick wears what number? 15. You better block 15. Nick Benito is his name. He is an absolute game wrecker. And the challenge against Denver's defense is this. To get started, you got to be good on first downs. They sack teams on first downs. To continue drives, you got to be good on third downs. They get off the field on third down with sacks. They have 35 first down or third down sacks. So they stunt your drive to start, and then they end your drive with sacks. And I think that's the challenge is that's the thing that, like, Patrick and that offense has been so great at, and you want to live in it. You just don't want to do it against this defense.
Such a chess match. What do you got on this one?
I mean, the defense is good at everything. Like, to your point, they get after the quarterback. They're great against the run. They're good on the back end. No Surtain, but, like, this is the best defense in the NFL for a reason. If I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, you have to rely on your strength on the offense, and that is your weapons on the outside. They have to play at their best. Yeah, that rush is coming. Get the ball out of your hands to Rasheed. Get the ball out of your hands to Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown. These are players that when they get the ball, they're game breakers no matter where they touch it on the field. And so if they can build a rhythm there, and these guys are playing at their best, even with as good as the Broncos defense is, if you're getting the best out of the outside guys, they'll have a good chance.
Let me tell you the 3 things that have to happen for Kansas City to win. 1, truly believe Patrick has to go over 50 yards running the football. He's just going to have to make some of those Mahomes plays in those critical moments where they do not account for him. 2, I think Kelsey and Brashard Smith realistically have to go for 15-plus catches and $125 to $150 catches combined. That's the one way or the best way to attack this defense is constantly work those linebackers.
Can I just interject for this dynasty to maybe be on the line and Brashard Smith to be the key player? I mean, talk about his importance.
Yeah, again, as a pass catcher, he's got to be huge because I don't think Denver is going to do everything they can to take away Rasheed and Hollywood and Xavier, and they're equipped to do it. But Kelsey versus the linebackers, Brashard Smith versus the linebackers in the pass-catching game is going to be huge. I know in the run game, being efficient matter. Pass-catching game, those two players have to go for 15 and 150.
Okay. Will, I look to you here because you're looking at this bottom thing here. You've got the Broncos actually winning this game. What would that mean for the Chiefs if the Broncos win?
Well, yeah, they'll be fighting for a wild card. They go to Indy next week, and to me, it's like Vance Joseph, his 4 games.
Wait, Kansas City plays Indy next week?
Yes.
Yes.
Vance Joseph,
in his 4 games being the defensive coordinator for the Broncos, only allowed an average of 11 points per game against the Chiefs. For me, it's like, are the Broncos going to be able to score enough points? What we saw last week, Thursday night, that offense. Bo Nix, some inaccuracies, some drop balls. He seems rattled at times in the pocket throwing the football. It's like, are they going to be able to generate enough offense? Any kind of rhythm at all?
Yeah.
No penalties?
Yeah.
Can we have a clean football game versus Kansas City?
Yeah, the Broncos offense leads the NFL in offensive penalties.
Real quick, Will, you've got the Chiefs. Andy Reid, 22-4 in his career off of bye. You're confident KC pulls it together?
Yeah, Will's not. I am. Taylor,
Sorry, Taylor,
I believe. No, you're all good.
22-5 this weekend.
Yeah, when I look at the Chiefs and I look at their offense versus the Broncos defense, obviously that's a huge strength that the Broncos have. But if you look at the Chiefs defense versus the Broncos offense, that's much more lopsided than it would be Chiefs offense versus Denver's defense. Like, they start slow. They have the most penalties. Speaking of, this is the Broncos. And Spags' defense, they don't make mistakes. Yeah. So if Patrick Mahomes can, have an extension of the run game, having these quick, get the ball out really fast, like that's a way to move the chains. And you don't need, this is not a game where you're going to need to have 6 in the red zone. Right. Get 3. Consistently get 3s. I think that's going to be enough to beat this the Denver Broncos offense because after what I saw last Thursday, I'm out. I get it.
Game of the week.
I'm out.
Game of the week in the AFC.
Yeah, it is a 9-7 game.
Thank you, Taylor.
Yeah, you're very welcome.